Welcome back to another vid. Today we are adding to the Missing Middle Housing Development Series with another triplex that has been completed here in the Houston area. Unlike the last one that you saw in our video that actually blew up, this one is all 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath units. And just like the last project, this one is already under contract. Today, you're gonna get a special video where you guys get to hear from me, but you also get to hear from the legendary sales agent, Andre with the Yes to Real Estate team. Let's go ahead and get this video kicked off. Projects utilizing the MUR ordinance are allowed to have a 5-foot building line, so we get to push this building closer to the street and have pedestrian access directly from the sidewalk. We have a 16-foot wide driveway here, and since these units are under 1,000 square feet, each unit is only required to have 1 parking space, with our parking located here in the middle. Now, just as in the last video, this one is another great location as it is situated right across the street from a park. This is also a very walkable neighborhood right down there, just another block over. You can reach the main thoroughfare, which as the neighborhood continues to develop, you'll see more businesses get built and you'll have the opportunity to be able to walk out of your front door, go down the street, and go to a restaurant or go to a coffee shop. That is the overall vision that we are trying to build out in these communities. The beautiful thing about building in the inner city is that walkability has already been laid out in the infrastructure, because the cities were developed before the automobile became prominent. They were developed to be walkable. They were developed around humans. So developing in these cities gives us the opportunity to come in and activate areas that their walkability has been lost because of things like blight and changes in the neighborhood over time. This is a historically black neighborhood. In its heyday, there were tons of businesses along Cullen and Scott, but as the neighborhood went through changes, as society went through changes, the area changed, and that led to there being blight in the community. So now we're coming in and rebuilding these communities and rebuilding them with an emphasis on walkability. We have Andre Beraud here with the Yes to Real Estate team. Andre, tell us, how are you able to market these projects and get them under contract before we even finish them?
First of all, for the millions of people who's watching and listening, and the legend Garland yourself for having me on your platform. Every time I'm on your platform, I always go to another level. So thank you, sir. Yeah. So your question is, how are we able to sell these before we even get completed? Marketing, right? So we know right now in 513321, duplexes are saturated, right? So the people are looking for an opportunity or something else that they can buy to help bring in cash flow to help pay down their mortgage, hence the triplex. So now when we look at the numbers of $1,800 per door and $600,000 to where you can buy duplexes for $600,000, it just makes sense number-wise for someone to live in the front, rent out the back, and to help them pay down their mortgage. And they're moving in with equity, right? So when you explain the equity play, you explain the cash flow, you explain the help pay down on your mortgage, and you explain how the area is transitioning and moving forward, it's a no-brainer for anyone, first-time home buyer, investor, right, or anyone to buy this and capitalize on the opportunity for equity and home ownership.
You guys heard earlier in the video how I talked about how this area is developing. It's developing rapidly. There is a lot of new construction going on in the area. We know of several restaurants that are looking for spots in the area. We know that there's a new grocery store coming to the area. These developments are what's bringing equity into this project. And not just this project, but all of the projects in the area. And then to touch on the duplex thing that you spoke of, those are 2 different lifestyles, right? If you guys, we had one of the buyers of the last triplex that you guys saw here, And she mentioned for $699 for hers.
$699,900 to be exact.
So roughly $700,000.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm getting 3 units while she said her brother bought a $745,000 5-bedroom house, and it was just him. And she said he doesn't need 5 bedrooms. And she was like, I don't need 5 bedrooms. So she felt it was a great steal for her because she could live in the townhouse in the front by herself and then rent out the duplex in the back and supplement her mortgage. Now, on these larger duplexes that are being built, they're more single family style. Yeah. The rental rates are not much higher than what these 2 bedrooms are renting for. You're about $2,000, maybe $2,200 at best, but that's only from one door, which means you're still paying a significant amount of money in your mortgage payment than if you bought one of these triplexes that are roughly the same price. Let's also talk about the fact that since these projects are brand new, you know, these are the first time these things have been built in the city of Houston in over 40 years. Our rules just did not allow us to build them. Let's talk about our issues with appraisals starting out, because we knew that was going to be a challenge from the jump.
I tell people this, if you're willing to go down this road, you have to be willing to fight on the road as well and be the guinea pigs, right? So the team was the guinea pig on Comal, Bricker, and understanding that the appraisers are not going to see the same thing you see. So you have to help them see it, right? So if there's no comps, right? There's no comps. So we have to fight. We have to try to work around certain things, look at numbers, look at what other people are doing with putting 3 homes together to make it work. And let me tell you, it was a lot of going back and forth to make it work on the Comal triplex, right? And the same thing for the Bricker. But here's the thing, you won't be the guinea pig. So for the millions of people who's watching and listening right now, when you come on and start building your triplex, guess what? You won't be the first. That's right. So Bricker, Comal, Kawani, so 4plex, triplexes, you can start building now and not having to worry about the appraiser and fighting that.
If you guys are interested in building any of these projects, you can contact our company, middlehousingdesign.com. Or if you have land in the Houston area, maybe you're looking to sell land. We know people who are willing to buy. We might even be willing to buy. So right now we're going to go take a tour of the interiors of these units. People keep asking me about our new YouTube membership, the Inner Circle. Is it a mediocrity? I don't really know what that word means, but absolutely it is. I ran the numbers. And I have decided that anyone who joins is just inherently better at real estate. Inside the circle, you get access to courses, site tours. We've opened the data vault. It's not exclusive, it's just not everyone's in it. If you want to stay on the outside, that's fine. There's plenty of street parking. But if you're ready, join now. Now back to the video. We're in one of the units. All the units are pretty much the same. So we're in one of the duplex units right now. As you can see, as we did with the Kiwani project and with the Kamal, it's pretty much the same floor plan, apartment style units. Technically, you will eat at the island. You'll have your living area, your TV wall is there. This is our kitchen, our beautiful kitchen. This builder, he loves to do different color combinations, and I think they did a great job with this color combination here on this kitchen. Here we have the powder room. You have your laundry room here, and then you have a pantry here. And for you guys who are not familiar with the city, you got a city backyard. Right there, there's a fence. This is a city yard, you know? It's only about 5 feet deep. And that's all you need because there's a park across the street. As we enter the second level, we have bedroom 2. So we have 2 windows in the bedrooms. We try to put multiple windows in the bedroom so that we have an abundance of natural light. You have your closet here. And you have your own bathroom. So we set these up to be roommate style, right? So you have your own bathroom. You don't have to share it with anyone else. You don't have to share it with the guests because there's a powder room downstairs. And you have your own room, right? If you want to rent these out on a room by room basis, you technically have 6 rentable rooms in this entire project. You could be very flexible in your rental strategy with these projects. You can choose the room by room rental. You could, if you were buying this to house hack, you could theoretically live in the townhouse in the front and live in the front bedroom that has the beautiful park view. This back duplex gets the park view also. And you could come in and rent out the second bedroom, and then you could take the back duplex, and instead of renting out just each unit for $1,800, you could rent out each room. Let's say you rented out each room for, you know, I don't know, $800 a month. That's $800 times 4 puts us at what, $3,200? $3,200 a month in income you could earn just off of the duplex and still have another rentable room in the front unit, putting you at $4,000 a month that you could generate on a room by room strategy. Now, if you are going to do a renting by room strategy, you need to have adequate insurance. You need to work with a platform like Pad Split, somebody who already does a thorough vetting process of those tenants so that you can make sure you don't have any issues and you protect yourself on the legal side on the back end. I would recommend Pad Split is great because they make sure they don't do any co-ed room by room places, right? They make sure that if they put if one duplex has a man in it, they put another man in the other room. If the other duplex has a woman in it, they put another woman in the other room. That way you don't have any issues with, you know, things like assaults or, you know, unfortunately we've seen things here in Houston where it's ended in very terrible cases where things like where people have been murdered, you know, unfortunately, and had those issues because people were renting out by the room but not thoroughly vetting their tenants. Front room, you have your closet here. Like I said, you do get a park view. You can see all our kids are sitting out there right now. We are active fathers who children come with us on the weekends and tour. And then you get your own bathroom. Another change we have made is we've started taking one of the bedrooms and adding a shower in its bathroom. Now you have a shower in this bathroom. I love how they do the rainfall shower head. And that's what we have there. That's the tour of the second floor.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about like the quality of the aspect of this triplex. You have the 10-foot ceilings, right? You have the ceiling fan around 52 inches, which will give that circulation up in the living room. You have the 5 inches baseboards. You have your laminate flooring throughout the house. And we took them upstairs as well, right? So now if you plan on renting this out, it's tenant friendly. And it's ready for tenants. Quartz countertops, the backsplash. The units are ready for move-in, for ownership, and also for tenantship as well.
Andre's right about being tenant friendly. A lot of times we'll see in a lot of these properties, guys are using fixtures that they're getting from Amazon that, you know, are very cheap and won't last long. And what that ends up being is when that buyer now has issues with stuff breaking, those are things that they now have to replace very quickly. One of the things you want to do, you want to make sure you're using durable materials in your projects. I'll see guys come in and do things like put in carpet. One of the things we do not do in any of our rental projects is put carpet in them, because carpet is an expensive material when it comes to move out. When somebody moves out, you almost always have to replace the carpet. When you have things like hard surface flooring, you don't have to replace that. All you have to do is clean it. It's a lot easier to maintain and it's more durable, which now requires less cost when you're doing your make-readies on the back end. So when you have the perspective of coming from someone who actually owns property and understands the landlord side of it, it makes it easier for you to build the projects because you understand the pricing for the tenants to begin with, and you understand the need for durable materials. We thank you guys for taking the time out to watch this video. As we said before, if you are interested in purchasing any of these projects, you could contact the legend, Andre himself.
Yes.
Because we do have more of these coming. If you are interested in having us design any project for us, I encourage you to visit our website, middlehousingdesign.com. Make sure you guys check out our other videos in this playlist, but we also have other great playlists on our channel, such as the Bill Street Brownstones, the Texas Tiny Houses project, and our Vernon Street Fourplex project, which will have some more updates coming soon.
That's a nice one.
That's a very nice one. I thank you guys for watching. Andre?
Yes. So thank you for saying yes to Middle Housing Design Co. And thank you for saying yes to real estate. See you and the millions of people who's watching and listening
at the top.